You just couldn't pick a better timing. Let's talk about the new monster on the block, the Gravitas titanium lineup of monsters. Welcome back. As always, I'm your host from Pan Venture. Welcome to a new fountain pen review. And this one is premiering because this is the first review on the latest monster launch, the titanium lineup, which I've been drooling over for the past few weeks, and I'm super happy to share with all of you on the channel right now. So far, there is almost this close to 1,000 owners of monster fountain pens, and for the past of 2 months or so, we've been taking in feedback, and we have been at work in making the next material in the lineup, titanium, which has been just premiering for the best of a day plus or so, and I'm super happy to be here in front of you and to discover this pen model together with all of you and the variation and what brings new. I think the monster has been well received. You already by now have been experiencing this filling system, this package, what this pen delivers, and we're going to be moving briefly and showcasing something that probably in the past video with the aluminum monster we've been not covering. So this is the aluminum version, and now we have 3 new versions for titanium because it's worked from solid grade 5 titanium. Let me show you the customer experience. This is the box in which you're going to receive the pen, and actually it's not a box, it's sort of a carry accessory, and this is very, very handy. Remember, open your monster fountain pen always with the logo facing up. And let's have a look what we have inside. The pen rests inside this slot right here, and it's awaiting its owner to be delighted by this filling system, by this nib and this pen all together. Let's put the carry accessory aside and let's go through the finishes. What do we have in the titanium lineup? This is the titanium TiSiNx. This is a coating which is well known in the Gravitas lineup. Titanium silicon nitride TiSiNx, and this blue color is gorgeous. Gives off very, very deep Miami Vice vibes, to say so, because this blue hues mix with purple and a little bit of yellowish. It's something which is like a sunset in Miami Vice. If you ask me, just Google it and you will know for sure what I mean. So this is the beautiful TiSiNx finish. Besides this, we have 2 more finishes. So let's set the TiSiNx apart. Oh, and it's rolling. Yes, big disclaimer. Pens like this, due to the shape of it being like this, swooped at the ends, combined with the weight, it's going to roll, and it doesn't have a roll stop or a clip. Gravitas, it's working on having like a solution for something, but till then be very careful if you set your pen like this on the table. Do it like so because it's going to be a little bit more safe, and also roll, but it's not going to roll like this and drop off, resulting most likely into a break. This acrylic, it's not gonna stand impacts, and we've tested this. If it drops like this and lands like this, it is unlikely to break. But if it lands like this, imagine that the contact point is right here and the pen will be snapping in half. It's a very, very unfortunate event, and we are working to find a solution on it together with Ben Walsh. But till then, be very careful on having this pen roll off from the desk. And let's continue with the next 2 finishes, and we have this beauty right here. You've been waiting for this one for quite some time, and this is the raw grade 5 titanium paired with a Ultem barrel. So this beauty right here, it's machine finish, and this is a shiny, very beautiful grade 5 titanium pen. And this finish is obtained by 1 pass on the lathe. So the cutting knife goes from here to there at a specific pace, at a turning rate which is precisely measured and tested in order to get this finish. So this pen, we can say it feels like a polished pen, but in reality it's not. It's obtained by 1 pass on the lathe, this finish. So I hope that the camera picks this up, because if you put this into light and if you look at it, you can see halo effects, and it's gorgeous. The craftsmanship and the machining which these pans get through, it's unbelievable. And I hope I'm gonna be one day having a look at the process together with Ben Walsh, and we're going to maybe share some of that with you all into a video here on the channel. Let's move with the next finish, which is the titanium grade 5 paired with the Ultem barrel just as well, but this time it's blasted. So the end result is something unbelievable. We named this finish Stonewashed because the actual blasting of the titanium results in something unique and almost like a ceramic coating. So if you look closely, this is a matte gray blasted surface, grade 5 titanium, super robust, and the end result is just like touching stone or something ceramic. So it is something super interesting paired with the Ultem barrel just as well. The finish also continue on this part right here and on the section just as well. So the color is very well matched on all of the pan parts. So this is the lineup of the Gravitas titanium, and we're going to be discovering every single one in the following moments. The monster is a simple pan. It's been presented already in the aluminum version. Nothing severely changed other than small details here and there, which I'm going to share with all of you. But in regards of dimensions, sizes, everything is the same. The weight is different. And now let me give you a spoiler, because this is my inked up pan. We've received this pan for the better of 2 or 3 weeks ago, and in this time we tested, we dropped them, we write with them, we fill them up with ink, we wash them, we maintain them, we take them apart, and just testing to see what fails and where it does so, in order to be sure that we can share with all of you or dodge specific issues that may occur with such pans and production batches. By the end of the video, you will find out which one is my favorite and why. Also, if you find value in this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to the PenVenture YouTube channel, because this will help me a lot with the YouTube algorithm and everything else, and you will be informed whenever we have new content just like this one, so you can be updated every single time something new has been showing up and it's showcased on the PenVenture YouTube channel. Flat at ends, a cap which is a little bit longer. It starts from this point right here, picks up in girth. This is the maximum diameter right here, and this is a chunky boy. In the fact that it's made out of titanium, it's a little bit more weighty. So behind that oversized pan, it's not as light as the aluminum. Now in titanium, it feels a little bit more, how should I put this? It feels more solid build, more quality, because a lot of you, and myself included, are going to view sometime quality in the weight and the feel, the solid feel of a fountain pen. I've been in contact with so many customers over so much time. Sometimes weight can be attributed as a precursor or byproduct of a quality solid build fountain pen. I'm gonna use the machine finish because it's more visible on this one, but right here at the edge, now we have a chamfer, a slow chamfer, which actually helps a lot. If you run your finger like this on the edge of that finial, top finial, it's gonna feel different. This is something that I personally pointed up to Ben, so super happy to see this coming through, and every single edge, including the one right here, including the one right here, is gonna come with a small chamfer. Have a look at the beauty of those machining lines that you see on this pan right here. Great quality, and the build altogether, it's stunning. Now let me show you a quick side by side with the caps next to each other. This is the Stonewashed finish, and this is the raw grade 5 titanium, and have a look at them. They are different, and I don't know which one would be better as an option. If you ask me, one of them should be your favorite and one of them is my favorite, but taste is something which is perceived completely unique to you and to myself. Uncapping the pan just as well. Let's check out how many turns of the cap. One complete turn of the cap. So this is a pan which is easy to uncap if you want to take take quick notes. As usual with the aluminum version, inside the cap you will have a Delrin sleeve. That will help you to seal the nib inside the cap. Then it will help you with the feel of the threads being very smooth and very precise. In posting, if you feel like you need to post such a pan, it will not be a metal on metal posting, and that sleeve inside the cap will make sure that this finish will stand the test of time, and also the other finishes just as well, the raw titanium and the stonewash finish. Here we have the nib. This is the Gravitas size 8 steel nib, an extra fine point on this pan, and we have it available in fine, medium and broad, and this is paired with an ebonite feeder, and this is heat set all together. The whole nib unit, you can take it off and you can very easily wash that pan. If you want to take the nib off, you are going to grip the nib just like this, and then you're going to be turning the nib and the pan, and once you unscrew, you can access the nib unit. You can flush this right here, and you can apply a little bit of grease on this threads, but be very careful not to have grease reach this spout right here and hinder your ink flow. So a little bit of grease right here would be very helpful. Also, if you don't want to just touch the nib and remove the nib unit altogether, the monster gives you the possibility of actually just taking the section off like so, and you can use this in order to flush some water and have it cleaned. When you install it back, a little bit of grease on this O-ring right here and on this threads will go a long way, and to make sure that everything is sealed up. And talking about sealing, as of the launch of the new Monster Titanium, we introduced on the PenVenture website and also on Gravitas another type of lubricant, and it's called greasing oil. Comes like this. Emmy, what's the difference? Silicone grease and greasing oil. When you use silicone grease, which has a consistency of almost like a gel, this is something from Gravitas like this, it's better suited to also seal. And by that I mean you can use it for eyedropper conversions, you can use it on threads just as well, because it will be more consistent and it will seal better and also lubricate. So you can use this to lubricate your Gravitas Monster fountain pen, but also to seal. If you want to use a greasing oil like this one, this is more recommended for greasing and not sealing, because it has like an oil consistency, which is something very close, if not exactly the consistency of a TiSiNx lubricant. And you can use this in order to grease the quad ring which glides inside the barrel. And of course, if you want to grease your filling system or maintain it, you have to take it off. Gravitas introduced the tool which allows you to do that. So let me show you how quickly you can access the filling system. You have to do it like so. Put the spanner right here. Put this down. Don't over tight it. And then you hold the pan in place like this and counterclockwise. And voila, you have access towards this quad ring right here, and you can grease it. A little bit goes a long way. So a toothpick on the tip, a little bit of greasing oil, and you just grease these 2 points right here. You also can grease this rod right here, and then you put everything back, or you flush this with water, you clean the inside and everything, and then you install it back by going like so. You clockwise screw this. Don't overdo it, because if you apply a lot of pressure when tightening this part right here, you can break the glue line right here and you can destroy your pan. Don't overdo it, and everything goes back as it was. Now it's very easy to maintain your Gravitas Kraken filling system. Wash the inside of the barrel, and with this tool right here, you can also do the same procedure to the aluminum version, but be very careful when putting the pan back. For the TiSiNx version, we have the TiSiNx section just as well. This part right here, ACME threads universally available on all of the Gravitas Monsters. The section is very well balanced and also gives out a very nice feel because it has those ridges, those concentric circles, micro machined grooves that hold your fingers in place when you write with this pen. A chamfer right here. For the TiSiNx version, we have the optical grade acrylic barrel. This is a very nice touch. Looks clean very nicely. It shows the ink inside the pen. Look how beautiful this blue ink looks in my personal pen. When it comes to TiSiNx, this coating, it's the devil, the blue devil. It likes fingerprints like nothing else. So once you start to just actually hold the pen, you will see a lot of the color changes due to the actual fingerprints. Keep in mind, if you are an OCD person which likes their pens to be completely clean, always, to not show any signs of use or something, pick a different finish than the TiSiNx one, because the TiSiNx one will show a lot of the fingerprints. This coating is very resilient. If you take something out of metal and you scrape it, I believe you can scratch it. For normal use, I believe it's very resilient. And this pen right here, this blue one, has been carried with me, inked up, used. I have yet to see a scratch on it. It's more resilient. And the optical grade acrylic, it's gorgeous. The work on the optical grade acrylic, it's splendid. It's completely see-through. It's just like glass. I believe it's a good option if you want to show off the ink color just as well, because on the Ultem one, you will see in just a few moments, the yellow of the Ultem will show the ink color differently. So if you have a green inside the Ultem one, it will show like a black ink. So it blocks the color of the ink. If you want to see a demo pan with the color of the ink, go with the TiSiNx version. We have the filling system, the Kraken filling system. It's well, quite popular lately. And this filling system on the monster installed, it gives you 7 milliliters of ink. The ink volume is huge, to say at least. And this ink volume goes a long way to demonstrate how efficient is the filling system at sucking ink. Something to point out from the previous feedback from all of you is that the pen will not suck up 7 milliliters of ink in one fill. One plunge like this will result you in 4 milliliters of ink. If you want to have the full barrel, you need to do a double plunge, giving you 7 milliliters of ink. The question is this: do you really need 7 milliliters of ink? I don't know, but it looks cool. This pen has a huge double reservoir. So actually, once you seal the ink behind the plunger, basically right here, you will have a lot of the ink at your disposal. But if you want to get more ink, because writing with a pen is going to form a vacuum, and the way that this filling system, it's very efficient, the vacuum, it's very easily noticeable in regards of the ink flow. So if you need more ink in that double reservoir and to keep a constant ink flow, you'll have to open up the system like this, but this is not enough. You will have to do something like this in order to bring a little bit of ink right here in the double reservoir and to make sure that you have plenty of ink to cover for that vacuum. It is recommended by Gravitas to not have this pen used with inks that are permanent, shimmering, scented, iron gall, drawing inks, heavily pigmented inks, because this pen filling system, the Kraken, is using valves, and ink gets to pass through multiple points of contact with O-rings, valves, small gaps, and it may clog the feeder or it may cause problems. Be sure to use it with just normal inks. Now let's get into some of the measurements, and then let's ink up one of these pens. Let's write, let's test out some of the nib sizes, and also in the end we're going to conclude everything in my personal opinion regarding this pen. Kept like this, the fountain pen measures 147 millimeters, posted like this 182 millimeters, uncapped in writing 143 millimeters, and the total weight of the fountain pen capped like this is 57 grams without ink, and opened without ink is 34 grams. If you want to put up the aluminum version next to the titanium, for the aluminum version it's going to be 43 grams. Titanium 57. The titanium, it's more weighty than the aluminum. If you fully inked up both of them, you need to add around 7 grams for each. Now, pricing. For the TiSiNx version, this one, it's going to be available at 375 euros, no VAT. Keep in mind, for our USA customers and friends, this means that the pen will carry taxes at import. We stated this throughout the website, throughout the policy pages, throughout the shipping policy, throughout the pricing. This is something which has to do with the new changes in regards of the import policy in USA, and this is beyond us. For one of the titanium versions, which is paired up with the Ultem barrel, it's gonna be 390 euros, no VAT, regardless of the finish. And this is not a limited edition. This is not numbered, but the production batch is quite small. If it's gonna be successful, maybe we're gonna make more of them. If not, maybe this will be the last time that you're going to see these versions, and I'm not intended to create any FOMO. We're going based on the current sales and the current performances of such a launch, and it remains to be seen in the future how we are going to be continuing and if we're going to be making more, which one. With that being said, let's ink up one of the Ultem versions just as well, and let's test out this nibs. I'm super lazy, so I'm going to go with something which was on my desk, Leonardo Nero Intenso Intense Black. We're gonna get the Ultem Stonewash finish because this is something that I gravitate more towards. If you intend to carry such a pen with you, with this finish, you're gonna get away with a lot of micro scratches, things on this pen finish. It's very easy to fill up the pen. You just untwist like this, extend the rod, plunge the nib inside ink, and you just wait to see that amount of ink which gets to be sucked up into the pan. Have a look at the section point. So you would have to have the section submerged around this point right here into the ink in order to get that amount of ink. If you want to do a double plunge, you would have to go like this, have a napkin next to you. Now we are going to be trying to remove as much of the air without causing a big mess right here. As you see that you have ink coming out right here at the feeder point, you would go back into the ink, one more plunge, and that's not a full fill. It has this bubble right here, but besides this, it's full. So I would consider this to be a full fill. Now let's prime it, and we screw the button back, and we are ready to write. And I have extra fine, and I have a medium on a different pen and broad. And I'm gonna show you each of them side by side. We have Gravitas, Monster, Titanium, TiSiNx, extra fine. This is one pass in regards of the wetness. This is a double pass. It's a wet nib, but it's not a fire hose wet. I would not see it as being super fine. Maybe, just maybe, it's a 5% smaller in regards of the actual extra fine thickness than what you would get from a Jowo extra fine. I have the fine point of the same nib on my piston Gravitas. So Gravitas, Monster, Titanium. Well, it's not TiSiNx, it's a piston, but you know it. And this is a fine. So the line, it's a little bit more accentuated, to say so. Still wet. It is closer, if not dead on, what a fine in a Jowo 6 line would be putting down as a line. On the Stonewash finish, I have the medium. So we have Gravitas. Ooh, it's a gusher. It's a gusher. It's just inked up, so quite possibly the ink flow, it's more rich than what would be normally. Titanium stone wash finish, and this is a medium. This is the line. This is a pass, And this is a double pass. Quite wet, but we're going to be checking out this nib in just a few moments for an extended writing, like a few sentences, as we're going to be seeing the ink flow taming down a little bit. And now let's go with the broad, which I have on my aluminum silver. And this is Gravitas Monster Aluminium, and this is a broad. So very, very nice point, very wet and very, very consistent. As you can clearly see, the lineup shows the extra fine next to the broad. Now let's get back to the medium point on the Stonewash finish, my new monster, and let's just write the famous sentence. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. Very smooth nib, very nice consistency from the ink flow. As you can clearly see, the ink flow tamed a little bit because just the brunt of having so much ink into the feeder as we sucked up the ink from the bottle has been just burnt. And now you see how nice is this ink. We have no hesitation, no just specific hinder from using this nib. A little bit of feedback, but very, very small amount. I'm hesitant to call it having a hint of feedback. It is very smooth for a steel nib. It opens up a little bit, like if you want to just press on it, it has a little bit of elasticity. And I like it. I like it a lot. And a lot of you like this nib. And this is one of the points which makes this monster such a great value proposition pen. Let's put everything aside and let's dive into my personal opinion regarding this pen. Since we have the titanium version, we have a new update in regards of the proposition for the pricing. Pricing has been increasing from the aluminum version, and this is due to the fact that the material cost for a titanium pan it's completely different to an aluminum one. The material it's more expensive. The way this titanium is worked on the lathe, the finishes are much more pricey than something in aluminium. Now the value proposition it's a little bit different than the aluminium, but still good. Like if you want to go on the market and find a unique hybrid filling system like the Kraken paired with a titanium machined pan body skeleton, to say so, and then you would add the nib, which is an 8 ebonite feeder and everything as a proposition, I truly believe it is still a very, very good. What do I don't like as much towards this pants? This is something which has to do with my OCD nature. And by that I mean that the TiSiNx version will change color and show up fingerprints like it's no tomorrow. And this is something which is personally something that I look forward to cure on myself. This is why I got one, because I intend to use it and to just get over it. Get over it because it will collect fingerprints. I love the fact that now we have Ultem barrels. Till this point, we only had acrylic. Just love the yellow Ultem, and I believe it's something which Gravitas has been using a lot. So it is very accustomed in the Gravitas lineup. So for Gravitas customers, it's very accustomed to have an Ultem Gravitas fountain pen. Now, when we pair it up with finishes like this one's Stonewash, it's even cooler. And this ceramic-like feeling, it's unbelievably nice in person. So you would have to just explore this option in person and see it yourself. I love the fact that this finish is going to be covering a lot of the micro scratches, busts, dings that may occur. Big disclaimer, if you drop it, regardless of the surface, if it's tile, if it's wood floors, carpeted floors, vinyl floors, it may result into a breakage of the barrel. It is important how the pan lands and how big of a drop it is. There is a lot of weight behind this pan, and also on the aluminum titanium one, if you have it fully inked or inked up, you would have a pen which has the weight concentrated at both ends. In the middle, it's a material which can be easily fractured by impact, like acrylic or Ultem, and you drop it. If it's going to drop like this, in testing, we've seen a lot more resistance of breakage if it lands like this. If it lands like this, it has a higher chance to break or snap in half due to the fact that this weight, it's at different points, and in the middle you have a material which is sensitive to impacts. If you would have carpets, if you would have wooded floors, I don't think it will make a huge difference. Most likely it will make a difference in regards of if the pen will have a ding or a scratch versus it would not have something like that or a show of impact. As we're going to be exploring and waiting of Gravitas to find a solution for having this pen not be somewhat of a cheerful chap rolling off your desk or off your pocket sleeve, be very careful with your Monster fountain pen. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope this was informative. If it was like this, let me know. Give it a big thumbs up. This will help me a lot. If you have any questions in regards of these pens, use the comment section down below. I'll be more than happy to answer all of your questions. I cannot wait to have this pens sent your way and to have your feedback. Thank you for your support towards Pen Venture and our channel and our mission. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you want to welcome one of these titanium monsters in your collection, I'm gonna leave you a link down below. You can have it from Pen Venture, from Gravitas, and also in the Gravitas network of retailers just as well. If you're not subscribed, and if you want to subscribe right now, it's very easy. Just click there, turn the notification bell on, and if you want to watch more of my content, I'm gonna leave you this right here. You can click and enjoy. As always, I'm your host Aaron from Pen Venture. I look forward to seeing you next video. Take care, stay safe, right on, bye bye.